It's time to round up a big topic from the week. The request for Republican representatives to listen to the people is heating up here in Texas. Hundreds of protesters have swarmed offices of at least 2 Republicans this week. They're calling for a public town hall meeting to discuss the controversial decisions being made by the Trump administration. Should politicians hold public town halls, and how should lawmakers respond to these voters' concerns? That's our topic this half hour. As always, we like to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page and on Twitter. You can always tweet me at Sally Mack, Fox 26. Joining us live here in the studio, our senior legal analyst, Chris, Democratic media consultant, Mustafa Tamiz, and Republican strategist and public policy analyst, Jackie Valley. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
So this latest one that got a lot of attention this week was Congressman Culberson. He held a private gathering of donors and some constituents at a country club. Meanwhile, some of his constituents, they say they're his constituents, were outside protesting, calling for this town hall. What do you make of that?
Well, they want to control the message and control who gets in so that they don't have to deal with the protesters. And this is not the first time this happened. It happened in 2009 when President Obama rolled out Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act. And that was really the first time you saw these contentious town hall meetings. And the Democrats had to deal with it then. Republicans dealing with it now. Marco Rubio lied to his constituents, said he was leaving the country. They found him teaching a class in Miami and confronted him in his class.
Town hall meetings are a form of direct democracy. The many years I was an elected official, we did it at the local level. So it's only natural that constituents would want our congressmen to also do the same. However, during these contentious times right now, we saw the day after our president was sworn in, the Women's March, and how they were very angry, and they were cursing and had signs that were very disgraceful. So they're very contentious times. Now when an elected official has a town hall meeting, not only do they have to worry about their safety, but the safety of people who actually are coming there just to get information.
But you should have your town hall meeting. The public is very concerned about what's going to happen with health care. And yes, there are people saying, go to the town hall meetings. There are liberal groups saying, go to the Republican town hall meetings and ask these hard questions.
Well, people are asking questions like, what's going to happen with my health care? If you're a cancer patient and you might lose your health care that might cause you to lose your life, or a loved one that has cancer that you might lose your health care that might cause them their life. You're angry and you want to know if you're going to take Obamacare back, what are you going to replace it with? And there are no answers. The reason why there's frustration, the reason why there's anger is because there's no answers coming from the Republican legislators across the country.
Let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
Okay, let's take a look at Twitter right now, see what people are saying. First up, Congressman Culberson tweeted out that on March 1st this week, he's going to host a telephone town hall. So he says, make sure to sign up and join the conversation. Brandon says a telephone town hall only makes you look like a coward. Ouch, plain and simple. Evelyn says to Congressman Culberson, hope you enjoyed the exclusive luncheon with the donors while your constituents were at the curb. Ben says, unless Republicans are requiring ID to attend their town halls, protesters may not be their constituents. President Trump saying basically the same thing this week, that these protesters may not be their constituents.
And they may not be, and they may not be their constituents, but just like I don't doubt for a minute that there are liberal groups, and I acknowledge that, liberal groups saying, go do it. But that's what happened when the Tea Party was sending them in, when the Obamacare was rolled out in 2009, and shouldn't they just deal with it?
It is the congressman's job to hold a town hall meeting. That constituents need to get access to their elected officials, and they need to find out what policies and laws are being enacted and being implemented on. With all of that said, like my colleague was saying, if we were actually having a town hall meeting where people are going there just to get information as opposed to disrupting the entire process, but we're seeing more and more, it's just a disruption. And sometimes, unfortunately, for the constituents who actually want to get information, they are actually ridiculed, and sometimes that their liquids are thrown on them, and it's very unfortunate.
Let me stop you because we're almost out of time. That's true, but that's the exact same thing that started in 2009. It doesn't make it right, but shouldn't we just have a town hall meeting where we're getting information?
Well, and I think a lot of them are, but when they're not getting answers, when they're getting runarounds, that's when people get frustrated and ask those tougher questions. And I think having a telephone town hall meeting is very chicken little. I would say the telephone town hall meetings are chicken little town hall meetings.
And when the president's saying that Obamacare doesn't cover anybody, when we know there's 20 million people that might lose insurance, that raises the level of frustration, doesn't it?
I think the level of frustration for most of us is our premiums going up 40 to 60% in most cases.
Look, I think that the premiums were going on for a long time. I think the numbers are somewhat exaggerated. And when you start telling healthcare companies that we may dismantle this, naturally premiums are going to even rise even higher because there's so much uncertainty. Business requires certainty, and the Trump administration has given a lot of uncertainty to people.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. We'll be back in about 20 minutes with another really good topic.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys then. Thanks so much.